She's representing the children who are born here in the US.
I met Njeri at KESSA. She is the reigning Miss Kenya USA and a passionate public health advocate. Let's dive into her moments at the conference.
To come here next year, this month, I told her we're going to be here in KESSA. She asked me what is KESSA. I shared this with her, and she was actually very excited. And she told me I'm coming. I extended an invitation, and she told me she's going to visit us. About 2 days ago, I got a text message. She told me I'm coming and I'm bringing my father. Wow. And I have news. I was recently crowned Miss Kenya USA. So I want to give you that. She also has a platform, a very big platform, and we want to get to know her and know how we can engage with her. Nancy, would you mind coming to the floor?
Men's health, sorry, can you guys hear me now? Yes, sorry, the people in the back. But the reason as to why I chose public health is because the pandemic is when I started college, but also instead of going the traditional route of being a doctor, which my parents didn't force but did encourage me to do so, I realized treating one patient at a time is good, but it's very important to look to get to the root of the problem, because you'll keep treating one person, but there's ways to have preventative ways. And so, thank you. That's why I went into public health, but it wasn't until I took my global health class that I decided to choose Kenya to be my focal point. And the reason as to why I chose Kenya is because every time I know a family member goes into hospital, sadly enough, none of them make it out due to the quality of care. So I was like, we're here and we have access to good quality of care, but our family and our loved ones back home don't. And so I looked into the health system to see why this is happening. And this is why I chose, for the pageant, to choose maternal and neonatal mortality, because that's the 6th leading cause of death in Kenya. Yet when my shosho was giving birth to my mom's sister, that baby did not survive. That was over 40 years ago. And for that issue to still be relevant today, I was like, let's get to the root of that problem. And so I've reached out to organizations like the Coalition of Neonatal Nurses internationally, they're called COIN, and they're working towards that. For instance, they have one nurse for 50 babies, or they'll have 3 babies in a cot. So I'm fundraising for that now, but I'm also looking in ways to leverage different solutions and seeing what Kenyans are already doing, because as said earlier, I'm not here to reinvent the wheel, but I want to use the education I have to help our loved ones and our family back home so we make a more robust system. So that's what I'm doing. If you know anyone in health or any way to help with this initiative, that would be lovely, but I'm open to learn from anyone and everyone, and thank you guys for having me here. Thank you.
So this event has been wonderful, hearing different, essentially experts in different subject matters. I've loved every course that I've been in. It's almost like a miniature course, and I love it.
Yeah. Like, have you heard about KESSA before, or this is your first time you're hearing about it? And you've been, watching a lot of presentations. What can you say about them?
Right, so I first learned about KESSA during the Goge wa Deongo honoring ceremony earlier this year, and just by being here, it's so lovely to be around like-minded people who are all thinking of ways to not only advance our people, but the history we have, the literature we have, making policies into practice. It's just been beautiful seeing people trying to make things happen within not only our community, but even globally.
And one of the things that she spoke about is that you have these, projects coming up, and you were talking about the funding. Tell us about that.
Right, so the platform I have is Maternal and Neonatal Health, which is the 6th leading cause of death in Kenya. I'm partnered with an organization called COIN, the Coalition of International Neonatal Nurses, and what I'm trying to do right now is fundraise money in order to either purchase a bed cot for babies because they have 3 babies in one, or even find a way to possibly even insure a mother for a year, because after they have that baby, they're not covered after they leave the hospital. So just finding ways to partner with organizations that are already doing the work.
Awesome. And you know, one of the people that you came with today
Yes.
was your dad.
Yes.
Tell us about that whole, how you arrived at that.
Yes, so I brought my father with me because he's the reason why I have this strong inkling towards social justice, equity, and even health. He's always been my teacher, and not just life, but also subject matter things. And he's the best person to bounce ideas from, and that's where my interest sparked from.
Awesome. And I believe you're a Gen Z, and you've been
Yes.
seeing what Gen Zs have been doing.
Yes.
And can you comment about something,
Yes.
you know, with the Gen Zs?
I stand with them because it's so beautiful to see how they've come together irregardless of their tribe, their religion, or their political affiliation, all with one matter at the heart of the people. And so if you look at the government, its purpose is to be for the people, and the people are having an outcry. So listen to them and hear what they have to say.
All right. And if you were to tell the Gen Zs something in Swahili using the word angukanayo, what would you tell them?
Something aside from Agukanayo?
Something, just something, anything with angukanayo.
Okay, that was. I am not quite sure.